This week's portion of the Old Testament is the story of Noah. It also happens to cover the story of the Tower of Babel. And, it's all puzzling stuff, right? Genesis is really interesting and metaphorical. It's got all sorts of real-world implications. It's really deep layered stuff that is buried in the Western psyche. That's why I talk about the Bible. And this portion covers basically three fundamentally different ways of viewing the world. So this portion begins with libertinism. The world before Noah is this very libertine place, right? The world is filled with sin. That is the quote, right? That the ways for all flesh had corrupted its way upon the earth. The earth had become corrupt before God. The earth had become filled with robbery. This is a libertine society where everybody could do basically what they want. And the society tears itself apart, right? The entire world had become corrupted. In a live and let live world, the person who doesn't actually indulge, it becomes, you see this in the West now to a certain extent. In a libertine world, it's not about you just hurting other people. It's about if you refuse to celebrate sin, then you become the bad guy. Right? That is what was happening then. That is what is happening to a certain extent now. If you don't celebrate sin and engage in sin and cheer sin, then that's because you're intolerant and you're bad and you have to be sort of roped into the hedonistic good time or you're the killjoy. Okay, so that is institution number one. It fails. That society fails and brings upon the earth the flood. Okay, then there's the second institution, which is what is saved from the flood, and that is the institution of family. Right? That is Noah and his immediate family. So God, in the Bible here, eliminates all of the social institutions except for the family. So God says, you shall enter the ark, you, your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives with you. And from all that lives of all flesh, 2 of each shall you bring into the ark to keep alive with you. They shall be male and female. So the purpose of building the ark is to keep the family alive. It's to be holy within the confines of your own domain. Okay, so that is institution number 2. So you have 3 ways of viewing the world. One is a family-based way of viewing the world. One is an individual way of viewing the world that doesn't care about anybody else. And then finally, you have the other extreme, which is the communal-based way, the communitarian way of viewing the world, where the individual doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the collective. So we've had the individual is the only thing that matters, not the collective. Then you've got the collective matters, but not the individual. And then you've got the family, which is the proper merger of how society is supposed to be formed based on these small phalanxes of people who have individual interests but exist within a communal sphere. The sort of communitarian way of viewing the world is told by the Tower of Babel. So the Tower of Babel story is really puzzling because what's wrong with a bunch of people getting together and building up a tower? Like, why is God so ticked off? What exactly is the problem here? Well, according to the Torah, the whole earth is of one language and of common purpose. They said to one another, come, let us make bricks and burn them in fire. And the bricks served as stone, and the lime served them as mortar. And they said, come, let us build a city and a tower with its top in the heavens, and let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be dispersed across the whole earth. So God promptly disperses them. So people read this as they were building a tower to challenge God. Okay, that's actually not in the text of the Bible. It doesn't say that they were like on top of the tower with a spear, like throwing the spear at the clouds or something. That's not what was going on. What happens here is that the community starts to value itself more than it values any individual. So there's something in Jewish commentariat called the Midrash. The Midrash is basically kind of expounding on the stories and adding to the stories in ways that explain the story, usually metaphorically. According to the Midrash, the Tower of Babel becomes so tall and so grand, it supposedly took a year to shuttle bricks from the bottom of the tower to the top, right? Which of course is an exaggeration, but the idea is that this is this grand, magnificent project. And this is the key part of the Midrash. People mourned when a brick fell and broke because a year of work had been lost. But when somebody died, there was no mourning. They just put them right into the wall, right? They just walled them right in. And they used it as part of the building of the tower. The idea is that human beings, individuals, mattered a lot less than the collective project. So God sees this, and he says, this is a mistake. Humanity is not supposed to do this, right? Humanity is supposed to recognize the value of the individual. So God says, behold, they are one people with one language for all, and this they begin to do. And now, should it not be withheld from them all they propose to do? So he's not shocked at them building a tower to challenge him. He doesn't care. What he is shocked by is what these people are doing to themselves. He has made them individuals. He has breathed life into them as individuals. He has made them in the image of God, and they are promptly subsuming that for the building of the greater good. So what this portion of the Bible is really talking about is what sort of society is the best society to build. The society that's built on the individual alone without reference to the collective, the society built on the collective alone without focusing on the individual, or the society that is built on family structure, recognizing that you value the people who are closest to you the most, but also that you're an individual who has to work within that family structure, and that families have to learn to live with each other in a broader collective while still maintaining their value as families. Right? It's the very libertine movement, the hedonistic movement, hates family, right? They want to destroy the institution of family. They consider it patriarchal. They consider it to be an imposition on your individual freedom. You've seen this attack, right? And then on the other side, you've got the sort of communist movement, which says family is also bad because family stands up to the communist project, which says that we are all supposed to view each other the same way that I would view my sister or brother or kids or wife, which of course is nonsense. That's not how human society is going to work. The godly society in the Bible takes the best of both worlds, right? The individual society lives for the present. It doesn't live for the future because eat and drink and be merry, tomorrow we're dead. The communitarian project lives only for the future because what we're doing now doesn't matter. Our lives don't matter. All that matters is the grander project. The family project is about living for the now and living for the future, right? Building a family around you that you enjoy because you are also building for the future. As Solomon says, enjoy life with the wife you love through all the fleeting days of your life. He has granted you beneath the sun all of your futile existence, for that is your compensation in life and in your toil which you exert beneath the sun. So that's the covenant that God ends up making with Noah, is that he's preserving the earth for families. That is the goal, to preserve the earth for families.